So just a quick video here about how easy it is to get infected. I've just clicked on a link to do a free Flash Player download in Internet Explorer, and you'll see on the right there's the official Adobe Flash Player download, but on the left there's a series of adverts, and this one at the top I'm going to click on, and that's for an Adobe Flash Player 2015 100% free download. So this takes you actually to somewhere other than Adobe, and I'm clicking on the link to carry on with downloading and running this installation. You'll see at the top the URL that we've got is http://downtoad.com, not Adobe, but I mean, it looks like it's giving us an Adobe Flash Player, and we've completed a download. So I'm just going to, in a second when that fires up, run the install program that we get from this advert, and just point out that it's not quite what you expect. So at the top you've got the Adobe Flash Player 2015. It says welcome to the download manager, and on this page you've got it says Adobe Flash Player 2015 at the top, but it says get Binkyland browser and enjoy the Binkyland experience, and your eye is taken to the end user agreement. You might easily just click accept thinking you're getting the Flash Player, but what you actually get is then another page that says follow rules, and then another page that says Optimizer Pro, and I'm just going to click through and accept these. This fourth one is a little bit more obvious that you're getting something other than the Flash Player, because you've got a big banner about Norton, so I might choose to decline that one at this point, but hey, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and install the whole lot. So although it says Adobe Flash Player 2015 at the top, it's now downloading, as we'll find out, several different pieces of software, and I'm going to just run through and install, and you'll see that it comes up with things that you might be familiar with and might have seen the kind of problems. So this is taking a little while to go through the download process, but eventually we'll come up with a screen that's going to tell us that our download is complete. 99%. And then it's 100%. We can finish, and it tells us our download is complete, and we can install now. It says you've successfully downloaded Flash Player, but I click on install now. It doesn't mention the other softwares that we've discussed and looked at, so I'm going to hit the install now button, and I'm sure you might easily expect that you're now installing the Flash Player. And this is actually, this window that pops up, because I've seen this plenty of times before, this really is the Adobe Flash Player installer, where it says it's retrieving the install. So it's actually run the Adobe Flash Player installer at this point. And the interesting thing is that I'm not really sure at this point whether I get an internet connection problem before I've gone any further, because you'll see a bit later on that that I can't load web pages. I think when I was doing this, just by coincidence, I got a problem with my internet access. I don't think it's actually caused by the malware that I've downloaded, but something goes extra wrong with this. But it's trying now to retrieve the Adobe Flash Player installer. But certainly in this example that I've put together here, this process never actually completes, and in the end I just have to go and cancel this and click on the close window for the Flash Player installer, which then, as I'm saying, yeah, so now we see the browser go to an adobe.com page with a fail exit code, but this never actually completes as the web page is not available. So I think either the malware's interfered with something, or I actually by coincidence had a problem with my internet connection. So just close down the browser, and you'll see you got Optimizer Pro visible there, but I'm gone to the control panel, and I'm just going to open up the programs and features just so as we can see what's been installed on the machine. So if you look at the date, I did this on the 24th of February, and you can see that it's got Follow Rules, Optimizer Pro, WSE Binkyland, and then these Adobe Flash Player packages all installed on that date. And now this PC Optimizer Pro has burst into life. It's automatically started itself up and started to detect potential problems with my PC, which I happen to know is in fine condition. Thank you very much. If you look in the status area down on the bottom right hand corner, these things will often put icons down there. In this case I'm cancelling the scan because I don't really want to let this run through and complete, but it's coming up and telling me that I've got all sorts of problems with my PC and offering to fix them. I'm not really too interested in doing that, so I'm going to just try and close that down. I think it doesn't really like it too much when I try and quit. The program still doesn't actually quit. And I think in a moment this one actually crashes as well, just for good measure. Yeah, there we go. Optimizer Pro crashes out because I've asked it to stop in the middle. So now instead you can see the icon for Optimizer Pro on the desktop there, and I think there's an extra icon somewhere there in the status bar, but I'm just going to go and open up the Google Chrome browser, which I think previously had google.co.uk as its default homepage, but now we're going to binkyland.com, wherever that might be, and this is the point where I think something's happened with the internet connection, because that never actually resolves. I'm sure it would push some nice adverts at me if I got there. There's no extensions being added at this moment, but I don't think it's long before that will happen as well. And this installation that I've done of the Flash Player has redirected my browser and is attempting to put some add-ons onto the browser. I think if I close that and open Internet Explorer, yeah, there we go. That's also gone to Binkyland, and then you've got the Follow Rules that we installed unintentionally is asking to be allowed on the browser. I'll resist the temptation to allow that. But now we've got our browsers redirected to some kind of advertising site, and as I say, I'll just try and go to the BBC homepage, and I think we'll see that that's actually not working too well at the moment either. I'm not. This isn't that. That's not so common. So yeah, okay, we've got some identifying. Yeah, and I'm not sure that this is malware induced. I think just by sheer coincidence something's happened with my internet connection. But you see how easy it is to have extra things installed alongside valid software like the Flash Player, and that's what I just wanted to show you with this quick video.